Let's begin.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to...
What?
I said, welcome back to podcast...
What?
Anna, please stop yelling. I am sitting right next to you.
Sorry, Mr. V. I was just practicing.
Practicing being deaf?
No, I am practicing my only defense mechanism. When native speakers talk to me, they speak at 1 million miles per hour. So I just panic and say, "What?"
Ah, and does that strategy work?
No. They just repeat the same fast sentence, but louder. It is terrifying. They sound like they are singing one giant long word.
Well, today we are going to fix that. Welcome to Podcast by Mr. B. Today's topic is Stop Saying What? How to Understand Fast English.
I need this. My goal is to watch an American movie without subtitles. Right now, subtitles are my best friends.
That's a great goal, Anna, and today we will get you closer to it.
So, tell me the secret. Why do native speakers talk so fast? Are they in a hurry? Is there a fire?
No fire. The truth is, we don't actually speak faster than other languages.
Yes, you do. It is a race.
It just feels like a race. What we actually do is called connected speech.
Connected speech? Like gluing the words together?
Exactly. Native speakers are very lazy, or let's call it efficient. We like to save energy, so we squish words together, we drop letters, and we link sounds.
You murder the words. Poor words.
We just recycle them. Today, we are going to learn the 4 secrets of fast English, and then I will teach you what to say instead of what.
Okay, I'm ready. Teach me how to be lazy.
Secret number 1, squished words. We call these reductions.
Give me an example.
If I read from a textbook, I say, "What are you going to do?"
Yes, that is beautiful. I understand every word. What are you going to do?
But on the street, no one says that. They say, "What you gonna do?"
What you gonna do? That sounds like a sneeze.
What are you becomes whatcha, and going to becomes gonna.
What you gonna do? Wow, that is half the size of the real sentence.
Exactly. Here's another one. Textbook, "Let me give you some."
Clear and perfect.
Street English, "Lemme gimme some."
Lemme? Gimme? These are not real words, Mr. B. They're baby words.
They're very common. Let me becomes lemme, and give me becomes gimme.
Lemme, gimme. Okay, if I know the baby words, I won't be so confused.
Exactly. Now, secret number 2, the disappearing H.
The disappearing H? Like magic?
Kind of. When native speakers talk fast, we often drop the letter H from words like he, him, her, and have.
You just delete it?
Yes. Listen to this textbook sentence. I like him. Tell him to come here.
Very nice.
Now listen to the fast version. I like him. Tell him to come here.
I like him, tell him. Where did the H go?
It went on vacation. We just connect the sounds. Like and im becomes like him.
Like him. It sounds like a new word.
That's why it's confusing. Let's try with her. Textbook, I told her.
Fast version.
I told her.
I told her. Wow, the D in told directly connects to the E in her. I told her.
Perfect. You are speaking fast English right now.
I feel so efficient. No more wasting time on the letter H. Goodbye, H.
Now, secret number 3, the flap T.
Flap T. What is it flapping? Wings?
In American English, when a T is between 2 vowel sounds, it changes. It sounds like a fast D.
Give me an example.
The classic example is the thing we drink, W-A-T-E-R.
Water. I say a strong T, water.
But Americans usually say waiter.
Waiter. Yes, I hear this all the time.
How about the word B-E-T-T-E-R?
Better.
Fast English, better.
This waiter is better.
Exactly. What about city?
City. Wait, so Americans say city?
Yes, I live in the city.
I live in the city. Short and clear. Why do you do this? The T is a beautiful letter.
Because D is softer. It takes less energy to say waiter than water. Remember, we are efficient.
Lazy. You are lazy.
I prefer efficient. Now, secret number 4, consonant to vowel linking.
Consonant to vowel. My grammar brain is waking up.
Don't worry, it's simple. If a word ends in a consonant sound, like a K,
And the next word starts with a vowel sound, like a U.
okay,
We push them together. Listen to this. Wake up. Wake up.
fast English, wake up.
Wake up. The K jumps over to the U.
Exactly. How about an apple?
An apple.
Fast English, an apple.
An apple. I want an apple.
Perfect. You are linking naturally.
This is a big secret, Mr. B. The words are not changing. They are just jumping into each other's arms.
That is a very poetic way to say it, Anna. They're jumping into each other's arms.
I like that. But, Mr. B, what if I still don't understand?
That is the second part of our lesson. When you don't understand, you must stop saying what.
But it's my favorite word. It is so short.
It is too short. And if you just say what, you sound angry or rude.
I don't want to sound rude. I'm just scared.
I know, but we have better phrases. If someone speaks too fast, use phrase number 1. Could you say that a bit slower, please?
Could you say that a bit slower, please? That is very polite.
Yes, it tells them the speed is the problem, not their words.
I like that.
Phrase number 2. I didn't quite catch that.
Catch that? Like a baseball?
Yes, remember the ping pong from our last episode? Conversation is like catching a ball. If you didn't hear it, you didn't catch it.
I didn't quite catch that. It sounds very native.
It is perfectly natural. Phrase number 3. Sorry, I missed the last part.
Sorry, I missed the last part. Ah, this is smart.
Why is it smart?
Because it tells them I understood the first part. They don't have to repeat the whole thing.
Exactly. You save them time. Sorry, I missed the last part.
Got it. No more shouting, "What?" at poor people in the supermarket.
Please don't shout at people in the supermarket.
I promise.
Okay, Anna, it is time for our quick review. Let's make sure these phrases stay in your brain.
Yes, no more textbook English.
Listeners, we want you to practice speaking out loud with us. Don't be shy.
Repeat after us. Be lazy. I mean efficient.
Phrase 1. To ask someone to slow down, could you say that a bit slower?
Could you say that a bit slower, please?
Phrase 2. If you didn't hear them, I didn't quite catch that.
I didn't quite catch that.
Phrase 3. If you only heard the beginning, sorry, I missed the last part.
Sorry, I missed the last part.
Phrase 4. Practice the fast linking. What you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
And phrase 5. Practice the flap T. I need some waiter.
I need some waiter.
You guys sound fantastic. You are officially fast English speakers.
I feel so much more confident. I'm going to throw away my subtitles today.
Well, maybe keep them just in case. Now it's time for the practice challenge.
The fast listening challenge.
Yes, listeners, I'm going to say a sentence in very fast, messy, connected English.
Oh, this is going to be hard.
I want you to listen carefully and write down the textbook version in the comments. Ready?
I'm ready. Hit me.
Listen to this. What you gonna do when he gets here?
Oh, wow. Let me hear that again.
What you gonna do when he gets here?
I know the answer. I know what the baby words mean.
Shh. Don't tell them, Anna. Let them answer in the comments.
Okay. Write your full correct sentences below.
We will check every single comment. So, Anna, now you can understand fast English.
Yes, I am invincible.
But what if you were the one speaking and you accidentally sound rude?
Me? Rude? Never. I am an angel.
Sometimes English learners translate directly from their language and it sounds very harsh or bossy in English.
Oh no. Like when I told you, give me coffee now.
Yes, exactly like that. Next episode, our topic is how to sound polite. Stop sounding rude in English.
Oh, I need that. I want to be a polite angel.
We will teach you the magic words to make everyone like you. It will be a great one.
Awesome. Thank you for the lesson, Mr. B.
You're welcome, Anna. Thanks for listening, everyone. Have a great week.
Bye, and stop saying what.